Hey everyone! I know it has been so long since I last made a video, but I am just too excited about the new Courtney American Girl sized Molly. I'm so excited about this. There's so much fun history going on here. So we're going to open this up. I'm with Logan and Molly, and we are going to see what's happening. So, bit of a disclaimer, I did already take a sneak peek before making this video, but I tried to pack it back up as best I could. So, the catalog is on top, and this is too cute. This is a reproduction of American Girl's first ever catalog. So, inside, it goes through the three original American Girls, who are Kirsten, Samantha, and Molly. And it is just too cute. All of the pictures are super accurate. These are the real pictures from the real original catalog. And then, when we get down to where Molly is, Courtney has actually circled the things that she would like to get for her Molly doll. Okay, there's a little more, like, weird packaging down the side. But also down the side is one of these little pamphlets. So this one goes through Courtney's Christmas story, where she gets Molly. And I haven't read it yet because I want to read Courtney's book before I spoil it, but it does have a super fun fact about the catalog, about how this is a reproduction of the first one, and a super cute picture of Courtney with her doll. So, American Girl used to do this, and I have one actually from the 90s for Felicity, and they did like a trading card type thing later in the later 2000s. But it's very similar. It's the trifold with different information. So this is super fun. I'm so glad that they brought this back. All right, next we have the actual doll. The box is a reproduction of the first box that American Girl dolls came in. It even has the bow, which this one is Velcro, which is super fun. The original ones were not Velcro. It came in an actual bow. And also, I'm pretty sure this was a paper thing that wrapped around the box. But if we open this up, there she is. There's Miss Molly. So there's some more packaging on the side. Oh, there goes her book. But we'll just leave that in and take her out. So here she is. Her outfit is so well made. Her collar is sewn on. Her braids are perfect with her little hair bows. She has her socks and her shoes on. And just like the real Molly, her glasses come in separate packaging. So here are her glasses. They are just one piece of plastic and there's no lenses. Now I don't know how the original mini Molly glasses came, but I would not be surprised if they were like this. So let's get them on. Oh my gosh, she is just too cute. And then here is her book, which this is a reproduction of the first style of American Girl books. I'm sure you've seen them, these classic white books with them on the cover. Even the spine, I don't know if you can see that. It says Meet Molly with her little star, which was her symbol. And then the back. Now, the original American Girl books didn't have this. This is for the reproduction for Courtney. But on the inside, it is fully in color with all of her little illustrations and, let me find one, her big illustrations, which is just so special to have this for your American Girl doll. So here I have the big Molly book. Now this one is from about 2012, 2013, and is not the same as this one. The covers have switched multiple times, as I'm sure you have noticed, but the illustrations in this Molly book are pretty much the same. So here's another fun fact about the book. I do not have Meet Molly from this era, but I have Molly Learns a Lesson from the early Pleasant Company days when there were just the original three. So fun fact is that the spine at the bottom did not say Pleasant Company at first. It did after a little bit, but originally these were published by Scholastic. So this Molly book does say Pleasant Company on the spine. Now, I don't know enough about the production or the publication of the books to say if that is an error or if I just have a book that maybe didn't come with the doll, but it's just something interesting that I noticed. Also, the illustrations are slightly different because Molly had a couple different illustrators, and this one, let me just double check. That's not the title page. This one was illustrated by C.F. Payne. Now let's check this one and see if this one has a title page. Okay, no, this one does not have a title page. It jumps right into the story. Oh, there are 3 different illustrators. I don't know if you can read that, but it says Nick Backies, Keith Skeen, and Renee Grafe. So the illustrators do not match. So this is something I definitely want to look into more and see who illustrated the original Molly books and if this one actually would match the book that came with the original white-bodied Molly doll in 1986. If you guys know anything about that, let me know, because that is an interesting mystery to solve. So here we have my big Molly with our new little Molly. So my big Molly is from, when did I get her? 2012, I think? 2013, somewhere in there. So she is not Pleasant Company, nor is anything that she's wearing. But I think it is close enough. So I also have a Pleasant Company mini Molly. Now, I got her secondhand, so she does not have her glasses, her shoes, or her socks, so I can't accurately speak to what those are like. But I do have her here. She is from 1996, so she has the original glass eyes, which is super fun, and her outfit is very accurate. So our new Courtney's Little Molly, her shoes are the rubber shoes that our big Molly comes in. Samantha and Molly came with the same rubber shoes when they first came out, and until Samantha's Be Forever revival, they both had the same shoes. So her shoes are a perfect reproduction of that. Her socks, of course, they're just plain white socks, are a perfect reproduction. Here we have her little tiny bloomers. Now, sorry, Molly. The cool thing is that Molly has super poofy, puffy bloomers that help poof her skirt out. And hers are a little thinner because she's so small, but they do pretty much identically match the Pleasant Company Mollies. Also, both of these dolls have their collar sewn onto their sweater. Now, Big Molly comes with her collar not sewn onto her sweater because it was a thing in World War II to have just a collar piece. But it would be super hard to make one that small, so they just sewed it right onto the sweater, which makes sense to me. Okay, I'm now noticing just how flimsy her glasses are, which also makes sense because she is so small. But if you get her, just be very careful that you don't bend them. Our little Molly also comes with super cute red hair bows. Now, Big Molly also comes with those. Mine are not very nicely tied because she has been through a lot of play over the years. And she also does not have the tiny little hairs that come down from behind here. So if you look at Pleasant Company Mini Molly, really early Pleasant Company American Girl dolls had tiny little hairs that came down the back of their wig to cover the neck, basically. So this Molly does have that, and then if we look at my big Molly, she also has that, because the other American Girl dolls, Kirsten and Samantha, they eventually phased those out and just had a clean line back here, but this Molly, she kept them until her retirement because of her braids. So now we're going to look at our new Mini Molly's body. So I'm just going to pull up her shirt a bit. She is hard vinyl, just like some of the newer Be Forever mini dolls. This is Caroline from right before they retired her mini doll. But yeah, she has some stuff in her hair. But she also has that hard vinyl body, whereas earlier mini dolls, up until the Be Forever relaunch, had soft, squishy bodies like the bigger American Girl dolls. But what's interesting here, so when American Girl was first released, they first came out in 1986, also Courtney's year. They had white cloth bodies. That changed in 1991 with the release of Felicity because she had a lot of lower neckline dresses because that was the style in her time, and they had to change to the now matching skin tone cloth bodies that we have today. When Courtney would have gotten Molly in 1986, she would have gotten a white body Molly. Now this Molly does not have a fabric body. It would have been so cool if American Girl had gone back and actually produced a white-bodied mini doll for Courtney. I understand why they didn't, because they already had the mini doll molds pre-made and everything, but that is something that I think could have been a little improved on. But honestly, that is kind of my only complaint. Everything else is super accurate, down to the fabric. The fabric of the skirt is a little different because Big Molly and Old Mini Molly have the very heavy wool, and this one has more of like a jersey knit. But the sweater, perfect fabric. This one's a little dingy because it's so old, but as you can see, the pattern on all of them match perfectly. All in all, I could not be happier with this set. This is just so cute. The attention to detail is amazing. The reverence for American Girl's history is just so exciting to me as a collector and someone who's really interested in the history behind the doll line. So if you're on the fence about Mini Molly, I would totally recommend her. She is just so much fun and such a fun addition to your collection. If you have any other questions about the set or American Girl history as a whole, let me know. Leave a comment and I will answer to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching, and have a totally tubular day.